What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here with all of the news after Week 16 of the regular season in our Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. The Jaguars getting a win over the Tennessee Titans for the second time this year. That really bodes well for us in the future of this conference rivalry. I'm really excited that we could get the win within our division. Again, which moves us to 3-2 in our division. We've beaten the Titans twice, the Colts once, and we lost to the Texans twice. Now, if you look at the schedule here, the standings, had we gotten one of those wins over the Texans, we would be playing for the playoffs in this final game. However, as it is, we are out of the playoffs. I think we all kind of saw it coming, but our division's been so bad, we really weren't quite sure. Unfortunately, those two losses to the Texans did knock us out of the playoffs. On the other side, had we gotten those two wins against the Texans, we would have been in the playoffs, but it is what it is. You know, I inherited this team like I've been saying. I'm excited about this offseason because it's really going to give us an opportunity to put our mark on the team. That's what I've wanted to do. Kind of build the roster the way I want it to be built, not with the players that I was kind of trying to work with, even though they might not be my style or so on and so forth. So we'll see what we can do. We're definitely going to have a fun offseason. But let's go ahead and check out some of the news and stuff going on around the league. The Vikings are playing their last game in their home stadium this week. A lot of teams changing venues now. London Fletcher has turned down the Redskins' offer of a contract extension. I like London Fletcher a lot. He's been doing it for a long time. One of the best linebackers in the NFL. Despite how long he's been doing it, it's crazy. At the end of the season, Iowa quarterback Israel Stark announced he is entering the MLB draft, so he is not going to be available to us. That's a huge blow. I was really excited about him. Ranked number 3 in the nation, Miami free safety Bo Bradley shines in the Orange Bowl against West Virginia with a punt return touchdown and a game-sealing interception. He's somebody to keep an eye on. I don't really know that I'm going to want to pick a free safety first overall. My safeties have played okay between Phillips and Cyprian. But man, I like playmakers like that. You know, that guy could be the next Ed Reed for all we know. He's got the Miami connection and everything, so it'll be interesting. Not quite sure. What was this, though? If you go back, I think I missed it. Oh, wait, no, I saw the Colts here. And us. It will certainly be a special occasion when the Jaguars and Colts meet up on the field this week. That's just kind of a random storyline to have. Arian Foster's coming back. Let's see. Reggie Bush is coming back. Andrew Luck will be back in action after being sidelined by an injury sustained earlier in the season. Alright, so that could explain why the Colts really didn't do all that great this season. They're 5-9-1. I think most of us agree they're better than that. So Andrew Luck being hurt for who knows how long probably contributed to that. Now, even when we played Luck earlier, he had a horrible game against us. We ended up getting a lot of interceptions against him. So I don't know that that's entirely the case, but it's definitely a possibility. In negotiations, I don't really feel like I need to sign them. Now, Todman did okay for me. It wasn't like he did bad. When I needed him to, he stepped up. However, I do think I'm going to pursue some running backs in the draft. So I just don't really think I'd see him. I'd rather clear up some cap room. Let's see what we can do here. You know what? I do want to go to manage roster and see if I can re-sign some players now. Because even the ones that aren't popping up on that screen, there are certain players I want. Okay, see, now I don't have the option. Alright, status, not interested. What do you mean? Well, that's because I told y'all I didn't want to sign you. Of course you're not interested. But I was actually kind of hoping to re-sign Chris Owusu and DJ Moore. But it's not giving me that option here. I don't know why that is. Maybe because I didn't have them on long-term contracts. Kenny Phillips as well. All three of them have played great. I definitely want to re-sign all three of those players. So going into the offseason, I'm going to need to make some cuts, though. Now, see, I don't like cutting players who have more cap room, like where I'm going to get a penalty if I cut them. However, I cannot pay Blaine Gabbert this much money. I think I'm just going to have to kind of take a hit by cutting him. But see, I mean, it's just, I don't like just paying him money not to have him on the team, but it was just kind of signed before I had a choice on what to do with them, and I don't like that. Another guy, like, yeah, he's just, you know, he's not that good to be making this much money, and I don't even see how this is going to work out here. I mean, that's just so much money. I can try to trade him, but who's going to want him? And then there's one more player on the list, or two more, really. I mean, look at that. I guess he's gone, but I just, that's just so much money in average players. I don't know what to do with those guys because I'd rather clear that money up. I'm not completely confident in my knowledge on the cap situation for the NFL, so maybe somebody can explain what consequences I will face by cutting them. I know that I'll have some sort of penalty. I don't know if that's going to affect my money or affect the money I can invest in players or how that all works. Maybe somebody could let me know. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, let's see. What else do we need to do? We can look at some of the stats and news going on. I don't really think there's many transactions. Weekly awards. All right, Manning, Norman, Jackson, and Green. Green, of course. If we went through this, I feel like most of the players on the Offensive Player of the Year list went up against me. Obviously not all of them, but still. Big game by Green. Jackson had 4 touchdowns and 193 yards. My goodness. Norman, 2 interceptions, a fumble forced, a fumble recovered, and a touchdown. He had an incredible game. Then Daniel Manning with 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. Wow. Very good game by him as well. Yearly awards and Pro Bowl voting. We'll look at Pro Bowl voting. Yearly awards, I'm going to wait until the end of next week so we can kind of check all that out as the end of the season happens. I'm just going to look at the AFC Pro Bowl voting right now. We'll check out the NFC at the end of next week as well. I just kind of want to see how our players are doing if we have anybody here. And we do have Doran Dickerson. He is still up there. He's been kind of quiet the last few games. I need to try to get him some more receptions. I definitely would like to send him to the Pro Bowl. He's been pretty good for me. Yeah, so it's like all these one-year players that I signed are the guys that I'm not eligible to re-sign yet, which sucks. But I will have my opportunity to re-sign them. Hopefully I can bring some of these guys back. Like Dickerson, Phillips, Owusu, and more have all been incredible for me. I'd like to have them all back on the team, so... Any more Jaguars players here? A lot of Broncos. Look at all these Broncos. Look, just right. Oh my gosh, let's count how many Broncos really fast. We got to 1. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. 12 Broncos. My goodness, we might as well just make them the AFC team altogether. All right, let's go back to looking for Jaguars. That was crazy. Harbor fell off the tight end list, which is fine by me. He was doing horrible. He didn't deserve to be there anyway. Jaguars, here we go. Mincy. Now, Mincy's actually one of the players I just talked about wanting to cut. He did really good for me early in the season. He even had a sack last game, but overall, I don't know. He's played good. I just don't like the money I'm paying him, to be quite honest. I'd rather get somebody else there. Somebody younger is probably a better way of putting it, or younger with more talent. It's not that I think Mincy's bad, but I'm definitely focusing on the defensive line in the draft. That's like a huge priority for me. I really want to get guys that are going to stop the run. Obviously, we struggled with that all season long, but Mincy did play well. Maybe I can try to trade him. We'll see. I'll put him on the trade block, see if I get any biters. John Latulele, the rookie from UNLV, undrafted free agent rookie, I believe. He has played great for me this season. I'm excited to have him on the team. Now, one thing about him is his growth is not all that good. Like, whenever I'm developing players, like, he'll have a 3-sack game and really not get that many points to work with. So it's kind of unfortunate, but he is producing, so it doesn't matter. Demetrius McCray is another player like that. Like, when he had his fumble return for a touchdown, I was stoked thinking I would get, like, a lot of experience points to help improve him. Instead, he got, like, nothing. And it's, you know, that little star development trait that you can research or scout and things like that. It's unfortunate because I want both of those guys to be a huge part of the team moving forward, but I also want players who I can rely on. Now, again, they've both produced for me, so that's a different story, but I don't care too much about ratings as long as they're producing. But anyway, Kiko Alonso, the rookie, doing really good here. Down the list, DJ Moore and Dwayne Gratz, both on this list. I love to see that. And then look at this. This is all the cornerbacks are from our division. That's awesome to see. Now, DJ Moore, obviously, he's been just destroying it. I'm surprised Werner's even above him with how good DJ Moore's played. Gratz has played really good as of late, too. He's gotten a lot more interceptions. I do feel like he gives up a lot more passes than Demetrius McCray does. because I don't know. But anyway, he does make bigger plays than Demetrius McCray. He's dropped a few interceptions, although he does have 2 fumble recoveries for touchdowns. Anyway, that's just my being biased anyway. I think that's going to be it for this video. Again, I'll just get more into all of that and all the stats for the entire league after week 17 when, we have it all said and done. We won't give any spoilers here. As you can see, Houston's leading the way with 15 sacks. DJ Moore is first in interceptions, and then Darrell Washington, 161 tackles. Scott is currently 7th in the NFL in passing yards. That's cool to see. Owusu's only 27th in receiving yards, but he does have a lot of touchdowns. And then Latulele is 2nd in sacks with 13. But yeah, we'll get into everything else next week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out the final game of this season with us, Week 17 against the Colts. Hopefully we can pick up another win, end the season strong. I know I'm looking forward to it, and I will see you guys there. Later.